In this video, we are going to manually install FusionReactor into a Java application. We will be using a Linux system, but the process is the same for any operating system. Manual installation will work for both the cloud and on-prem FusionReactor installations. This install technique is an approach that will allow you to quickly install and update FusionReactor, with the option to fully script the process using Bash, Python, or other tools. For the install, we will be following the documentation, which involves 6 simple steps. The documentation will be linked in the video description. The first step is to download the FusionReactor files, which we can do from the download page of the website under the Manual Installation tab, or via direct download links using curl. To install FusionReactor, you require the FusionReactor jar file and optionally the debug libraries if you have a trial, Ultimate, or Developer Edition. The debug libraries are either available as a zip file or as individual files per platform. Libraries are available for Windows, Linux, macOS, and Arch64 systems. With the files downloaded, we now need to create a directory for the FusionReactor instance. In Linux, we will place this in opt, FusionReactor, instance, and then an instance name. In our case, we have Tomcat, but this can be any unique value. If you are in Windows or macOS, you would place the FusionReactor directory in C drive or applications instead of opt. It is important to note that the FusionReactor directory should be read-writable by the user running the application server. Now the directory is in place, we put the files into the directory. In the case of Linux, I need the FusionReactor jar and the lib frj vmti_x64.so file. The next step is to configure the application server, in our case Tomcat. The first thing to do is stop the application server. With Tomcat stopped, we now need to apply the FusionReactor Jvm args to Jvm Config. The Jvm Config for Tomcat is located in the saten.sh file located in the bin directory of Tomcat. File may not exist, in which case it needs to be created. The arguments required are the Java agent and agent path, which we copy from the docs and place them at the end of the Jvm arguments block. In the docs are specific examples of installing in Tomcat and other servers such as Lucy, ColdFusion, and Wildfly, if you require more detail on the Jvm configuration. After the arguments are in place, we can edit the instance path to match the instance directory we specified, and then set the instance name to a meaningful value. Now that the settings are in place, the only thing left to do is start the Tomcat server. Tomcat is now running. We can go to our browser and confirm that FusionReactor is indeed running.